Good morning, welcome to my day. So I told you before about the most important steps to taking care of your skin. So it was cleanse, exfoliate, tone, moisturize, and protect. But the last step, which we didn't do in the last video, is protection, and that protection is foundation. That's the one thing I don't go anywhere without. In fact, I carry it in my purse like tissues and sanitizer. I carry my foundation brush, my foundation, and my primer everywhere I go, especially if I have to rush out of the house real quick because I have little ones. Those are the three things that I carry. I already had the primer on my face, which is something that I wear every day. The primer is kind of like paint primer, if I can give you an analogy. You put it on your face to kind of like plump up any fine lines and wrinkles. Like right here I have like these lines, but I already have the primer on, so you can't really see them as much. So the primer will kind of like plump up any fine lines that you have, so when you put the foundation on, it'll lay good. So this is the primer that I use. It's a Mary Kay primer. It's $16. By far the cheapest primer that I have ever seen. I'm not knocking what kind of primer you use. I just prefer to use what's cost effective to me that works, and to me it works just as well as all the other primers. Some of them it's better than some of the ones that I've tried. So I generally use concealer, but I'm not going to use concealer today because I want to be really, really quick. But I'm going to put a foundation on. This is the foundation that I use. I recommend that if you don't know how to pick out the right color, that you reach out to someone. You can reach out to me if you need to, or an expert on how to match up foundation. A lot of people go in the store and they go, oh, that's my color, and they put it on, they get home, and they look crazy. So I am a bronze 6 in Mary Kay. I use a full coverage foundation because of my age. I won't tell it, but I use a full coverage foundation. And this particular foundation is for combination of oily skin because I have super, super oily skin. And so you want to make sure if you're using a foundation that has where you can choose, this is for normal skin or dry skin, that you choose appropriately. If you don't know what kind of skin you have, then you probably have normal skin, because people who have oily skin, they know. So I squeeze the foundation on my hand. I generally do everything from my hand. Concealer, foundation, whatever. I use a foundation brush. I used to live by my hands. I used to put everything on with my fingers. But when they came out with brushes, now I'm a brush girl. I wasn't always a brush girl. But this is a liquid foundation brush. It's flat. It has like these little bristles on it, and it's kind of curved on the edge, so you can put some on both sides. I use this opposed to sponges because this can be washed. This is a $10 brush, and it can be washed with regular soap. I wash it maybe every 3 days, and it's reusable. So by the time I buy packs and packs of sponges to use, I could just use the brush. If you use sponges, I recommend that you change it every day, because you don't want the dirt from the previous day to be put on the sponge. So, foundation. And so what you want to do is you start from the inside and work your way out. And so foundation pretty much protects your skin and evens out your skin tone. So I'm going to show you a difference, and this is my face without foundation, what it's going to look like with foundation. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on. I'm always trying to make videos while my children are not around, but it's almost nearly impossible. One of them is coming in the room right now, so if you hear like something in the background, it's because of one of them. I generally try not to let my Tourette's kick in when I'm on camera. So, only when I'm on the phone. So you just pretty much blending it in. You want to put it on like it's lotion. You want it to disappear. You want it to smooth out. Generally, when this particular foundation first came out, I kind of was hesitant because it looked a little off. But once it dries, it'll dry to your particular color. Your foundation should not be seen. Go out. Now. Sorry. So your foundation should not be seen. It should blend in. If the color looks off, it's either you have on too much or you have on the wrong color. This particular foundation is buildable. It is a liquid foundation. There are several different types of foundations. There is liquid foundation, there's powder foundation, there's pressed powder foundation, there's cream to powder foundation, there's foundation that has them all the different properties built in. For example, CoverGirl CoverGirl just came out with one that